welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nailing. We're back with another video. Feel me? If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, okay? And today is our very first episode of Quarantine and Chat because like I just got a lot to say. I got a lot on my mental. Like this whole coronavirus thing is messing up a lot of things, feel me? Like I just wanted to talk to you about how Albany evicted us. Like they did us dirty. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a freshman at SUNY Albany, University of Albany, yada yada yada, whatever you want to call it, feel me? And with the whole coronavirus thing going on, like I know like some schools were kicking their students out. Like for example, Harvard gave them 5 days to go to class and still pack their stuff and still get out. 5 days? Like, is that really enough? But anyways, so I was looking at that and I'm like, oh, you know, I'm happy Albany not kicking us out, because basically what Albany did with the whole coronavirus thing, it was like, we're gonna go to distant learning, but if you want to stay on campus, you can stay on campus. So everybody was like, that's lit. Like, we don't gotta wake up early, we can still go to functions, our class is online, we could just cheat together. Albany G does. Shucks. Basically, we went on spring break. And in the middle of spring break, we get an email, oh, yeah, I have to move out no later than April 5th. Excuse me? Last time I checked, y'all said that we could come back. So now you're saying we gotta move out? And mind you, y'all want us to move out, but we're not even on campus because we're on spring break. So it's not like we could come back on Sunday, March 22nd and stay till April 5th and then pick a day to move out before that time. We can't even stay there. We just have to pick a day and come and get our stuff and go. And if you're somebody like me, I have a lot of stuff, okay? So I can't just come one day and just leave that same day. Like, it took me like a day to I'm lying. It didn't take me that long to unpack. But to pack stuff, it's gonna take longer because like I already threw out boxes, like there was brand new stuff. Like I don't know where I'm gonna put that stuff, first of all. So it's like, how y'all gonna just change your minds and we're not even on campus to do anything about it? Like I can understand if we was on campus and I could be like, all right, let me start packing my stuff and I'll move out whenever. We're on spring break. We're on spring break. So, and I feel bad because not everybody brung their school books with them on spring break, especially if they went on vacation. Like everybody was in Miami. So if I'm going to Miami, why would I bring my notebooks? So there's mad people who still got notebooks in their room. So then on top of that, to make things better, Albany sent us an additional email and said, you know what, due to Corona, we are postponing checkouts. Nobody is allowed back on campus until we email y'all saying that y'all are. So all my stuff is in Albany. Thank God I brought like a month worth of clothes. However, I don't have nothing else. All my stuff is in Albany. Like I brought my textbooks, I brought my laptop because I wasn't going on vacation. But like for the people who are, like, you're telling me I can't even come back to get my stuff? Like what? Like, and then like before I say, oh, they kicked the international students out, blah blah, no. They had like this little special thing. It was like, oh, due to extenuating circumstances, you may be able to stay on campus. And the extenuating circumstances were like, your environment at home is not safe, you don't have Wi-Fi, you're an international student, so you know those flights are crazy, or your city is under quarantine, yada yada yada, so you can't go back. But then I just read from one of our associations that half the people who signed up for circumstances got denied. So Albany, what are you doing? Because you know you're not really listening to your students, feel me? Like what? Because like I was confused about it because I even emailed somebody, a higher up person. I was like, so due to some circumstances, like, do I get to stay on campus until April 5th, or do I get to stay on campus for the remainder of the semester? Because we were getting like 10 emails a day and they will all say kind of the same thing, but then in the fine print details it'll say like a little bit of different stuff. So she just emailed me back like, what's your extenuating circumstance? What if I didn't want to share that with you? What if I just needed clarification? Like, they really don't want us on campus, and I understand because the whole corona thing, but it's like, first of all, the cases of corona in Albany are very low. First of all, like when we were on spring break, nobody in Albany had corona. Actually, no, I lied. 2 days before spring break, that's when one person on our campus got it and they went to the hospital. That's it. But before that, nobody in Albany had corona. Like, I'm not even talking about the campus, I'm talking about in general. Nobody in Albany had it. So it's just like, I'm sorry, but I'm a human bio pre-med major. Trying to do, how am I gonna learn chemistry online? And I can't even learn to sit in the front row. I lied. I don't sit in the front row. I sit in like third, fourth. But still, like, if I can't even learn it in class with a teacher standing 500 feet away from me, how am I learning on a computer? where I just gotta read, listen to the videos, and then hopefully email her and hope to get a response back, because you know, chemistry and bio are lectures, so there's like 600 students. Like, I just feel like this was not well thought of. I feel like they just, every day, we literally get an email from them every day saying something new, and I feel like they just keep dragging on the situation. Like, I feel like if you told us that we could come back and stay on campus if we want to, then you should have left it at that. And like, and that was still early on in the virus, so if you knew that things could have possibly gotten worse, I feel like they should have never even sent that email. They should have just waited, and they should have been like, okay, you guys are going on spring break, and we'll let you guys know by the end of spring break what will happen. That way, the whole spring break, we kind of just been like we would have just been waiting. Like, we would have known. We would have known that we were doing with distance learning, but we would have known if we had to stay or move. And I would have been better with that, because I would have been like, okay, like, I don't really have my heart set on anything because I don't really know what's going on. And then if they would have sent us like an email like, oh, you guys have to move out, I would have been like, okay. And then they actually let us move out, not tell us, okay, yeah, you can move out, but you can't come get your stuff yet. What? Like, so when am I gonna be able to get my stuff? At the end of April? In May? Like, I just feel like they did not think of this thoroughly, because my best friend is in Delhi and they did not have to move out. Like, their classes are online and they get to stay there. So I just feel like Albany needs to take notes from Delhi, and they need to do what they do, because I love Albany, and for somebody like me, I do not do well learning online, and my house is very loud and I don't have a space for me to work in. So I really don't know how I'm gonna get this much work done, because I have a lot of work to do. So like, I feel like they just need to think of a lot of students outside of, you know, the circumstances of they don't have Wi-Fi, or they don't have a safe environment at home, or they're international students. I feel like there's other factors that they should take into consideration before just saying, oh yeah, you can't come back. All right, I went to go put a scarf on just because like my wig was looking crazy. I haven't been outside in God knows how long, so you know, whatever, just put a scarf on. But the next thing I wanted to talk about was how Corona is really affecting my life. Like, I feel like we hear about stuff all the time, but it never personally affects us, so we don't really care about it. Like, we hear about like the Muslim concentration camps and stuff happening in China and stuff, and I mean, like, that does make me sad, and I do share it to create awareness, but there's nothing I can really do about it. So I mean, it doesn't affect me personally. However, this is affecting me. Like, I can't finish out my freshman semester on campus, which I truly love there. And for you guys who don't know, well, actually my YouTube doesn't know because I haven't said anything about it, I am also an EMT student. Yes, I am in EMT training, EMT school to be a basic EMT, and Corona completely threw that out the window. I was not struggling, but I've been stressed this whole semester just because EMT was so much work, and it's something I'm really passionate about and I really wanted to do this summer. I was, you know, talking to everybody like, yeah, I'm gonna be an EMT this summer. If you get hurt, don't even call 911, just call me, I'll come save you, yada yada yada. And because I had to leave Albany, I can't even finish my program, which means I can't even be an EMT. And even though I feel like I know all the information to take the EMT test, I can't even do that because you need at least 10 hours of ride time, which the state is not allowing because of all the Corona going around. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to finish that like next semester or something, but that just really like broke my heart. Stupid Corona. Cause like, I wanted to cry, okay, y'all? I wanted to cry. On top of that, celebrities is blowing mine. Okay, let me not say celebrities. Naomi Campbell is blowing mine, because it's like, okay, I know the virus is going around, but you just need a face mask and some gloves. She had on a whole hazmat suit. Like, she was messing with chemicals or something. Like, come on. Like, I feel like that is offensive. Like, the gloves and the face mask, okay, I can understand that, because, you know, some people, like, they put gloves on, but if they don't put a face mask on, they'll touch their face, and by some people, I mean me. But if you put the face mask on and the gloves, you should be valid, whatever. You do not need a whole hazmat suit. Like, I just feel like she's doing too much. Like, and she's like, oh, you know, my health comes first. I understand that. I understand that. But you only need a mask and gloves. You do not need a whole hazmat suit. Like, I feel like that's really, like, dragging it. Like, that's just way too much. Like, yesterday, like, I was just looking at her Instagram, and I was just like, I don't know, the way she's acting or taking this virus, it's just making me very uncomfortable. Like, I understand you can never be too careful, but I feel like she's just taking it to a whole nother extent. Like, Anyways, that is the end of our quarantine and chat video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to like, comment, and share. If you enjoyed it, you know, comment other topics for me to talk about. But anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video, because, you know, I'm gonna be home till August with no job because nobody's even hiring right now. So, you know, I'm just gonna be on YouTube. Feel me? Anyways, see y'all later.